Hello, this is Mark Summers from Summers Technical Services. We're going to go through our last part drawing here for our CAD/CAM beverage cooler project. So this is the -29 part, and you can see from the model, yours will look a little different, but this is what mine looks like. Got the two planes going to the middle of the part, and I'm going to make, I think I'm going to make this is going to be my top of stock over here because that's the face I'm going to be machining on. Should be able to do this in one operation on the milling machine. We'll mill the pocket, you'll mill your counterbore holes, and you'll do these through holes here, and then we'll flip it over and you can take it over to a drill press and get a countersink tool and make those countersink holes on the back side to match where the holes were. Alright, so it looks like I've got a 3-inch diameter part. I think this thing will fit nicely on a B-size sheet. So I'm going to say File New, and you'll get the templates we set up at the first of the semester. I want a B-size sheet. Say OK. And once it comes up, I want to ask for a view. And there's my part models already open. And if I click on that and ask for a top view, and there's my top view. So maybe I decide I don't want my top view. Maybe I think I really maybe want the bottom view so I can see those counterbore holes and most importantly that pocket. This is going to be my primary view, my front view if you will. So I'm going to change that to right click on the view or just select the view and come down here and say I don't want a top view, I want a bottom view. There we go. Now I'm going to do some projected views so I can see the two sides. So I'm going to come up here to view layout, and we'll do a projected view. Project that view over here. There it was, there it is. And then I'm going to do a projected view of the projected view so I can get that other side that I see those other holes. So I'll say projected view, project this view over here, and that'll give me that other side so I can dimension those other sets of holes. And then maybe I want to take a cross section through here so I can see these two types of holes and clarify exactly which way they're being drilled. So I want to come up here to section view, and I'm going to ask for a horizontal cutting line, select that midpoint there, and then place a view down here. So that looks good. Maybe I want to change that crosshatch to make it just a 45-degree angle hatch. The default is it tries to make it per the material, and I'd rather not have that. So if I double click on the hatching, it should give me a pop-up box over here. I can turn off material crosshatch, and I can instead choose one I like better, which is this angle. And does that work? Didn't seem to work, did it? Double click on it again. Material crosshatch, I turn that off. I don't want that one, I want this one right here. There we go. Alright, double middle mouse to get a full screen here. Alright, so now let's start thinking about our datums. I want my top of stock to be my datum A. So I'm going to go annotation, where is it? Datum feature. And so my top of stock is going to be on this side with the pocket. So I'm going to click on that face, place my datum A. That looks good. Now I'm going to make my datum B. I want datum B to be the center line of this diameter. And so first I need to make a feature of size dimension. And so I can do that by dimensioning this diameter here. So I'm going to dimension from here to here. Oh, I'm not in dimension. What happened? Smart dimension. Here we go. I want to go from this edge to this edge. And it's not cooperating, is it? On dimension, I want to go from here to here. I don't like the way that thing is flickering. Let's try that one more time. Smart dimension. Gotta make sure the button's pushed in. There we go. So I should be able to grab this edge maybe and do it this way. Can I do it in this view? Go from here to here. I'm just going to linear dimension. I guess I can do it this way. Oh, there we go. So there's my 3-inch diameter. I want to, this is going to be a reference dimension because I'm getting my blank from that other layout drawing that you're going to reference in the notes. So I want to come over here and make this a 2-place because that's the tolerance on the layout drawing. And I'll make it a reference dimension because that's going to be on the blank that we get to make the part. Okay, now I can use this dimension. This is a feature size dimension because it's dimensioning to 2 opposing faces, or a diameter, if you will. So now I can make datum D, excuse me, referenced off that dimension. So I'm going to go datum feature. I want to select the dimension, and that'll tie the datum to that dimension just like that. So now I've got my datum A and then datum B. That's what I need to locate these holes with. Now everywhere I have a hole I need to dimension, I need to have a center mark on it. So in this view I want to put center marks on these 4 holes. And then in this view I want to put center marks on these 4 holes. There we go. And I'm going to go use the, I've already got these holes defined in the model, so I don't need to type in these values again. I can just use the data from the model. So I'm going to go up here to annotation, model items, and I want to ask for right here hole call out. So that's pushed in. I want to do a selected feature, and I don't want to put it in all the views. I just want to put it in this one view here. So I'm going to turn that off and click on the view I want it to go in. And then I just select the feature, and there they are. That's my counter bore. Has all the relevant data in there. And this counter bore diameter maybe is not a critical dimension. The whole diameter is maybe, but this one here maybe I want to have a 2-place dimension on it. So if I want to do that, I can select that dimension. I can choose which one of those values to change the properties on by using this pull down. And so on the countersink diameter, if I choose that one, I can make that a 2-place dimension. And you can watch it on the view over here. It goes like I told it to. So that's good. So now I've got to put some dimensions to locate these holes. And like I said, I'm not doing all of them, but I'll show you how to do one. I think on this drawing it's going to be a good idea to do ordinate dimensions coming off those datums at the center. So all of my ordinates are going to be this going through the center line. So I'll click on that edge, place the ordinate there, and then click on whatever else I want to dimension to, and it shoots those ordinates in for me. And these things are grouped together, which is nice because when I drag this ordinate around, they all move together. Now in this case, I forgot to hit one. I wanted to also get this other hole at the bottom. So I can add it. I don't want to add another ordinate and add another set of ordinate dimensions. I just want to add it to this existing ordinate dimension. So I want to select it, right click, and say add to ordinate. And then I just click the other center mark that I want to add it to. So now they're all grouped together, and I've got all those I need. Now I want to, you'll have to do that for all the other dimensions too, but we'll leave that for you to do. So now I got to check and see if I've got my trifecta going. I've got this geometric dimensioning and tolerancing. I want to locate these holes using my datums. So I need 3 things. I need datums, which I already have. I need basic dimensions, which I don't have yet. So I want to make these basic dimensions. So I'm going to select them, control click all the ones that I want basic dimensions to be applied to. And I come over here, and instead of being tolerance precision none, I just say basic, and it puts the box around it. So that takes care of that. So now I've got datums, I got basic dimensions. Now I need a feature control frame to identify that I'm locating the perfect target to try to drill these holes. And then I'll specify the tolerance zone that I'm allowed to miss that perfect location using a feature control frame. So I'm going to do that by selecting geometric tolerance here at the top. And I can place this with a leader. I can click here and it'll give me a leader. I can click on the open space up here. It'll give me a free floating note. But what I want to do is I want to tie it to this dimension, this hole call out, so that they move together, they go together. So if I click on this hole call out, excuse me, it gives me my feature control frame, and I say OK. So now I can edit this by double clicking on it, and it'll start asking me for entries I want to put on this thing. So I think one of these buttons I can push, and I can add a datum. And so the primary datum is going to be A, then I'll say add a new datum, and then the second datum will be B, and always all caps. And so I'm done with the datums, and now I can hopefully click on one of these other boxes. So that's not what I want. Here we go. Here's the characteristics, and so there's my position characteristic. And now I need to change this number here, and you can make it whatever tolerance zone you can live with on your design. You want to give as much tolerance as you can, still have the parts line up and function in your design with your design intent. So come up with a logical value for your tolerance zone. This is a circular tolerance zone, so I need to add a diameter symbol out in front. And so I think that's it right there. And you can see these are linked together, so when I move one of them, they move together, hopefully. Get out of the command here. All right, so I think now they move together. Okay, so that gives you a good idea of how to get started on the drawing. You're going to want to get rid of sheet 2. We're not going to use sheet 2, so right now it says sheet 1 of 2. Since we're not having a second sheet, if I wanted a third sheet, I could right-click, say add a sheet. It'll just add another continuation sheet at the end. But I don't want either one of these, so I want to right-click and delete. Oop, that wasn't even the right title block, was it? So I want to delete that, and I want to right-click on sheet 2 and delete that. And when I do that, it'll update that title block so that it says sheet 1 of 1 instead of 1 of 2. So that looks good. Other remaining things is make sure to fill out the notes for the materials. You're going to want to reference the layout drawing where we do the laser cut to make the blanks. You're going to want to fill out the revision block, and you're going to want to fill out the title block like we've done in our other drawings during class. So that's not all the dimensions on there, but that gives you a good start. So maybe that's a good place to stop. So get going on your drawings and ask me questions during class or during office hours to get you along so you can get the drawing done. You got to get your Mastercam tool path all done, get that NC file, and go take the blanks. Oh, before you do that, you're going to do a 3D print of your part model you made in SolidWorks so you can check with your other team members, make sure all the parts seem to fit, and the thermoelectric cooler fits in the pocket, and all the other pieces fit together. Once you convince yourself that works, then you can do your Mastercam tool pass and then make your real part, and then we'll bolt it together and see if it all works. So have fun doing your drawing, and we'll see you during class.